This is priceless. I haven't done this in months. But I'm going to cheat because I'm going to do it kind of half-assed. So I get the camcorder out of the case. The HG Sony freaking Pro Shoot 4K Ultra camera, and I set it down. And the amplifier's sitting just like this on a workbench, right? So I set the camera down. It's like that. And apparently I hit the record button when I set it down. So there's about 2 or 3 minutes of me making the room quiet and getting everything set up. Me sitting there going, right? And vaping away. And then I reach over and I hit the record button again, which actually killed the video. And I sit here and I talk about this this Messenger m250, and I show the inside of it, and I have all the coaxes hooked up to it, and I show how much drive I'm putting in it, which was 20 watts, and I showed that the most we could get out of it was 300 watts over here, and then I go up here and I show that it had 2.5 watts of reflect, because most Messengers have horrible input tunes, and I showed what it did on low, medium, and high, and then I talked about what I was going to do next, and I talked about how I was going to remove this weak-ass wannabe wire. And I said, okay, thank you, hold on just 1 second, and whoop, dive back. I'm not going to do all that again. I'm not going to undo the work that I already did. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. My apologies, but from this point forward, pretty straightforward standard video. Apologize, guys. Enjoy. Okay, Jason. What we did, buddy, is we hooked you up with some good power wire. Now everything's the same as it was before. 1000 watt slug and peak, 1 in average, 5 watt slug and reverse, 2950, 5 watt slug between 2950 and of course our beautiful little m250. Now the only thing I did is I changed the power wire, and then I added this little 100 puff cap here at the input, and look at what happened. Hello, hello, hello. Now check this out. So we picked up 20 watts of output power. Seriously, 20 watts out of a 2-pill, that's a lot. It's a huge increase out of a 2-pill, especially one that was already working pretty good. By changing out the power wire and just putting a cap on it so that the input tune isn't all over the damn place. Alright, 20 watts. Not really that excited. I'm just saying, it's a big deal. The other thing I did is I brought these 2 wires outside the cabinet. One is ground, the other one is hot. And I folded this one over and I put heat shrink on it. And that's so you can have a fan. They're wired right up to your on-off switch. But Jason, as you can clearly see, oh, and I reflowed a couple of the solder joints in here. As you can clearly see, the thing's working like a top now. So hold on. Last thing. Preamp's working. Okay. On to the next one. This thing is, oh, it's beautiful. All right, be right back. This is a rare unicorn right here. Very rare unicorn. And there's a lot of m350s that are out there. A lot, but not a lot like this one. This is a late generation with green dot 455s in it. Look at that. They're little green dots. That means they're the high gain green dot 455s. And this thing's virginal. No one's ever had their little meat beaters in this thing. Oh, it's clean. Look at the inside of this thing. And it's pretty. I love the blue. That blue phenolic is awesome. And it's thick, too. It's way thicker than their standard board. But nobody's had their fingers inside of this one, which is rare. And the freaking low, medium, and high, I don't think this thing has hardly any talk time on it. Okay, let's see what we get out of it for power. I wanted to see if the preamp and stuff worked real quick. Check this out. Hello, audio. Ah, it's an itch. Okay, check this out. Hello, audio. Putting our normal 20 watts into this thing. So we're on low, amp on. Hello, ooh. We should see about 350, almost 400 out of this. Hello. Okay. We're on low though. Hello. That's not a good sign. I tell you right now, this thing's jiggled out of tune at some point or another. Okay. Medium. Hello. 200. Hello. It's only going to get worse the higher we go. All right, so we're up in high. Hello. Really, 200 watts on high. No, really. Hello. Hello. Well, that would totally explain it. Give me a second. Poof. Check it out. Hello. 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 Yes, sir. Now, this is your output tune, right? Right? Okay, so this would wiggle loose a little bit. So I tightened that back in and brought it into resonance. But then I had to play with the input tune. I'll give you $1 if you can figure out where I had to add parts. I'm not saying. It's all right. I'm not going to change the power wire on this one, Jason, because it has got the actual stock power leads on it, and this thing is stock, like completely freaking mint. And we can go and we can add a bunch of shit to this thing, and it ain't going to help it do any more wattage, and we can change a turn in it or whatever, or we could fart with it and then send it to, and no, it wouldn't do us any good. This is about a 400 watt box max. You're going to find that each one of these sections puts out about 200 watts peak and about 100 watts average. These are 55 watt transistors, so roughly 60. With the biasing circuit that they have on them and the input and the output circuit, the way it's set up, that's what you're going to get. Without doing some serious modification, which I know you don't want to do, you just basically send them over here to make sure everything's cool so you can put them in the mail and send them to somebody else. We're good to go. M250. M350, and I mean it is in very good shape. Very clean, no dents, no dings, not any major scratches. There is like an IO something or other. Anyhow, on the lid, but it does have the stock screws. So, Jason, if you want to, please feel free to use this video to sell this thing if you want. Now, what this is I'm going to clean this little bit of red off, and I'm going to put some Loctite on that so it'll lock it up. Teflon, liquid Teflon, not conductive. It'll lock that screw in place. That's what they tried to do here, but this is a red clear fingernail polish. Not so hot. But we're going to replace it with red Loctite. So, on that note, we're out of here. The next video is, Jason, we're going to work on your messenger. We're going to get it done too. So, yeah. And I'm looking forward to meeting you in just a few days. Gentlemen, my name is BBI, and without a shadow of a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out, www.bbiams.com. Come find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and of course, if you're watching me for the very first time on YouTube, because you typed Messenger M350 or M250 into the old Intergargler, and you found me, please, for the love of God, just subscribe. Take a minute, click the little button, move on. And you can click the little bell to make sure you get notifications when I do cool shit like this, which is almost every day. Imagine that. Gentlemen, I will see you